Government hospitals around the country have been severely affected by NEHAWU-led protests. Public servants have been staging protests over wage disputes. They're demanding a 10% wage increase, while government is only offering 4.7%. eNCA's Nqobile Madlala is on the ground monitoring the situation and joins us now with the very latest. Good morning, Nqobile. It seems a bit quiet where you are this morning. Just give us a sense of what exactly is happening.
1.0, a little less than normal. Of course, we've seen quite big numbers and we've seen quite a lot of burning of tires, for example, but that is not happening today. They're basically just standing on the side of the road, and as you can see there, they're just singing and also just monitoring the fact that there are people that are coming in. So we are KwaMashu, and in this area, they basically take care of people in terms of making sure that people get things like chronic medicine. They do antenatal, sort of taking care of people who are in maternity and so on. So there's quite a number of services that they're taking care of in this KwaMashu Health Center. So as we can see, they continue then to be on the strike, but they are allowing some of the patients to now go in. However, we are still waiting for the judgments that needs to be handed down, and I want to speak to you about that, Prince. Are you nervous at all that maybe this judgment might just say that the strike is illegal? And what would that mean for you?
No. We are waiting for that judgment to come, but we are not worried because our lawyers will advise us on what comes of the judgment. But if it's appealable, obviously we will appeal it because our right to strike must be protected at all costs. So we are not worried about that because our lawyers have been briefed. So in the event of any eventuality, there is going to be some reaction from the union.
And I mean, we can see things are being done differently. In the past, that will mean that this entire area will be blocked off. Now we can see people are on the side. Is there a reason for a change of mind?
I'm not sure who blocked them in the first place, but because we've always been peaceful, we are a peaceful union, so I'm not sure who had blocked it, but maybe those people realized that it was the wrong thing to do. But yeah, we are protesting peacefully. But as you can see, that the majority of our workers are outside supporting the strike, so we are continuing with the strike. As it was announced as well in the national media briefing, that we are going to intensify it, which we are going to do. So we are going to see quite a lot of workplaces that were not part of the strike, including other institutions where we organize that are going to be coming to support the strike.
I mean, whilst you're talking about that support on the strike, we know that this is a fight for the 10%, which is 2022 to 2023. But the negotiations for 2023 to 2024 hasn't even started. Are you going to be joining the 2023-2024 negotiations?
No. For us, we are still in 2022-2023. We must conclude that. Because remember now, we don't have a mandate even to present anything in that table that is dealing with the negotiations of 2023-2024. So it will be unfair of us to the members to go to the table without having gotten any mandate. Because the mandate that we have right now is that we must go on strike. And we must honor that mandate to the fullest, because we understand that what happened in the last negotiations, if we allow it to continue, it will set a wrong precedent where the employer can just unilaterally implement an offer that is ridiculous without any agreement from the majority of the union. So we can't accept that.
So please remind us what is really that you are asking for?
We are demanding 10% as a cost of living adjustment, 2,500 housing allowance. There are other demands such as the review of some of the PSCP resolutions and also the issue of medical aid. Is part and parcel of all the disputes that we are currently engaging on. But in the main, we want 10%, because you will remember that in 2020, workers did not get an increment. So the salaries in the public service, there's been a regression. So we are demanding 10%, and we are resolute on that.
And lastly, how is KZN looking in terms of your members? Are they all still outside, or are the hospitals now functioning? You have some skeleton maybe crew that has been sent in?
The majority of the picket lines that were strong even last week have remained strong. But there are others that were getting reports that they are preparing to come out because maybe they were still skeptical. Remember, there was a propaganda by the employer to say the strike is unlawful. And also there was also an attempt to try and turn society against workers. So there were all those skeptics. But from where we're sitting, there's a lot of appetite for workers in various workplaces to come to the picket lines. So we're expecting a much more intense strike going forward, because the majority of the workers now have seen that the strike is there and they have to support it because it's a legitimate strike.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's Prince Talane of NEHAWU in KZN. So that strike does continue, and according to him, it means it's going to be intensified with more numbers possibly joining them. But at this point, we are seeing no obstruction in terms of blocking the health center. However, we are still seeing that strike continuing with some of the people just standing outside.
And peacefully protesting. Nqobile, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for that update. That's our reporter, Nqobile Madlala, out in KZN.